yeah. Mud.
What is going on? This is Sam from SAMOKFIT, checking in with you guys. You guys are doing well, doing terrific, and we are back with another video. I am super excited about this video because something I'm trying to do for quite some time. It's somebody I've been trying to train with for quite some time, and that's the homie Jeff Nippard. And it's very funny, or it's not funny, it's very coincidental that I'm actually running the Jeff Nippard Power Building program right now. This is something that I've been really, wanted to do since 2019, and if you found me for a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about because I did a collab with Jeff Nippard in 2019, and I think the video is like up to like 1 million views or something like that on this channel, so you can check the channel out. But we are going to be training with him today. Okay, correction. We are not training with Jeff Nippard today because the homie's in Canada, I'm in the United States. But unfortunately, I would love to collab with him and get a training session in, but I'm not going to be doing that. But that will give you an insight into this training because I am following the Jeff Nippard Power Building program. As of today, when this video is coming out, I believe he just launched the Volume 3, Power Building 3, today. Again, it's not paying me to say this. And like I said earlier, I've done this program before. We followed that video that we did together in 2019. I actually ran this program during contest prep, which I had a lot of fun with. And when I saw this new program, it actually just fits right into what I'm trying to do with strength training and running at the same time. So I figured why not do a video kind of covering that for you guys. And I'll put a link in the description for you guys if you want to check that video. I've checked that video out and check the current program that has held the Volume 3. And I'll be breaking it down for you guys what the program entails, how many weeks it is, and what I like about it, what I don't like about it. I'll be sharing that with you guys in case you want to implement that into your training regimen. But before we get started, we got a pre-workout going down. We got the BP in flight, green apple, and our ice shaker right here. And later on, I'll be taking in some electrolyte because we got some running going on too. So that is what the video is going to be about. I'm going to take you guys through the whole thing with the sets and reps on the screen for you guys. So if you have any questions about the training, put in the description. I'm more than happy to answer them for you. If I don't answer them in this video, I'll be in the comment section, of course, engaging with you guys also. Without further ado, we're about to take the pre-workout to the dome, get some stretching going on, and we're going to get to the first movement.
Yeah. Yeah. Mud. Look, tell a man no trouble, I don't want beef, man, I just want vibes. Big man like me, no need for the telephone hype. I got too much getting online. One rule, then I'm on site. Wrong move, I bet they gon' ride. No need for the telephone hype, nah. No need for the snoozing. Big whip outside, I'm cruising. Big stick inside, no losing. Better watch out for the snake and Judas is. Don't ask them who this is. I bet they know what I'm moving in. I bet I show it into a dim. How you hate and then lose again? How you hating my vibes? Why you wasting my time? Getting hype on my line. Tell a man I don't want feedback, I just want relax. Brand new whip, two-tone, I need that brand new hit. You know, like lean back, brand new bits I live in. We back, man, you never gon' like us. Get them on sight now, let them on light. That way they know I'm all righteous. Look at my life, I'm living alright. I'm nice, you know I'm alright. Cause looking like Christ, no need for the hype or fight or telephone vipers. No need for the telephone vipers. No need for the liars. I don't watch your moves or priors. I got much to do, I'm biased. Big bosses move in silence, watch it. No need for the liars. I don't watch your moves or priors. I got much to do, I'm biased. Big bosses move in silence. Yeah, me, I'm moving quiet. Ask me, I need me an island. New watch is perfect timing. No need for the surface shining. Ask me, I need me a few. I need me an island. I'm keeping it true. The man, I'm a wild, I'm keeping it cool. No need for the telephone hype from you. Yeah, tell a man no trouble. I don't want beef, man. I just want vibes. Big man like me, no need for the telephone hype. I got too much getting online. One rule, then I'm on site. Wrong move, I bet they gon' ride. No need for the telephone hype, yeah. Tell a man no trouble, I don't want beef, man, I just want vibes. Big man like me, no need for the telephone hype. I got too much getting online. One rule, then I'm on site. Wrong move, I bet they gon' ride. No need for the telephone hype, yeah.
All right, so we are back at home. We are not at the gym anymore because, like a dingus, I did not bring a empty SD card. I was pretty much recording and talking to myself for straight 10 minutes just to realize, hey, buddy, you are talking to yourself. It's okay, we're here now. Let's talk about, the movements that we did today, why I love those movements, and at the end, I'm gonna be telling you guys if it's something that you should invest in or not. What I did was a 4-inch block pull, which is called for 2 sets of 5 at a 90% RPE scale, or RPE of 9 or 8 or whatever you want to call it. Pretty much 90% of my 1 rep max. So the reason why I love this movement is because, again, one, I love to get almost like that animalistic, you lifting heavy, but at the same time, it's not going to have any sort of impact on your recovery. Meaning, if you're doing like a full conventional deadlift, of course, that's going to be a little more tasking than doing like quote unquote rack pull, like you are seeing on the screen. Because I did a rack pull because I don't have a deficit, a block that I can definitely put the weight on because it's a commercial gym. It's not a powerlifting friendly gym, but still we had enough equipment or tools to get that job done. And no, you might be thinking, is that a lot of sets? Yes, for that particular workout, it's not a lot of sets, but you have to look at the total volume that I'm doing in aggregate for like a whole week, which is quite a bit of hip hinge movement. And another cool thing I want to mention about the block pull is throughout the program, because I'm on week 3, it actually started about a 6-inch block pull and we progressively got lower. If you're somebody that's trying to get your strength stronger when it comes to deadlifting and you have a sticking point that typically is at the top of the movement, meaning you can pick the weight up from the ground, and when it gets to a certain point, it just gets stuck, meaning you cannot finish the movement. So for you, having like a 4-inch or 6-inch block pull will be something that can improve that top end strength range of your deadlift. So the second movement is the pause incline dumbbell press, and this is 4 sets of 6 to 8. And I love this rep range, again, just the same reason I love the block pull, because it allows you to actually use a heavier load. And for some of you guys, you might look at 80-pound dumbbell or whatever wherever the load I use might not seem like a heavy amount of load, but again, it's week 3 of the program. You're not just going to go through your max load capacity on week 3 when you have a 12 to 13 week long program. You have to pretty much taper yourself and gradually increase that strength. And another reason I like that movement, because it's pause, allows you to take that muscle or take that movement through its full lengthen range of motion, meaning you get a nice stretch on the bottom and you definitely get a good contraction on the top. And moving on to leg curl, and so I love this because I've been using the standing leg curl and the seated leg curl in this position as opposed to some of the lying leg curls I've been doing in the past. It just allows me to isolate my hamstring better. Again, one of the cool things about this movement or program like this is you can auto regulate or swap in lying leg curls or seated leg curls or standing leg curls. However you see fit. Like at some of the movements at the beginning of the week, I am using seated leg curls, but in this particular workout, I'm using standing leg curl. Nothing really fancy there. And one of the cool things I actually like about this program also is because normally when I'm programming movement like leg curls, for instance, for clients, I typically work at the higher rep range, the 12 to 15, sometimes 15 to 20 repetitions, because that's the rep range that's favorable for movement or stimulating some sort of growth for muscle like hamstrings. Next movement, we are jumping to chest supported row. Again, if you've been following me for a while, you know how much I love chest supported row, especially dumbbell chest supported row. And I'm going to be doing a video later on talking about some of the movements that you should pretty much just cap in for the 2022 if your goal is to gain as much lean tissue mass as possible. So I love the movement because, again, it takes the lower back out of the equation, especially coming from a rack pull, and I can solely just focus on the particular muscle that I'm trying to train, which is my back. This is one of the movements that I personally enjoy, and I like the fact this was included in the program. And the rep range for the movement, again, it's between 4 sets, 10 to 12 repetitions. Again, that favorable 10 to 12 repetitions that I typically would like. There is no really a good point to be doing the 12 to 15 rep range on a movement like this. 10 to 15 is the sweet spot, and I love that rep range for a movement like chest supported row. And moving on to the next movement is a rope tricep extensions. Nothing really fancy about this. Again, one thing I actually did in this particular case is I actually dropped, and the movement called for 4 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions, but I did 2 sets, 12 to 15 repetitions. And the reason being because my triceps is definitely overpowering my biceps, so I want to shift some of that volume into my arms. It actually added 4 sets of bicep curls into the movement for myself that I do on this particular day. And just to wrap this movement, I'm doing the Egyptian ladder raises, and again, I love this movement. I program it for a lot of my clients. And pro tip, I will actually suggest you to use some sort of cable attachment or cable movement for your delts, just because, you know, nothing wrong with dumbbell ladder raises by any means. It's still a good movement, but in terms of maximizing how much you can get from movement, I would rather pick a cable ladder raises over a dumbbell ladder raise, just because gravity is not taking over. Yes, you might get a good peak contraction, but you're trying to, you know, engage your lats throughout the whole movement. Engage your delts throughout the whole movement. Using a cable attachment would definitely help you maintain that stimulus throughout the movement. So that's one thing I like about the Egyptian ladder raises, and I love the fact that it includes that in this program. That's exactly what we did for this workout, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. So the whole program itself is a 12-week long program, and I like the way it's designed. It's designed in a way that you have enough variety, not necessarily variety in the movement, but the meso, if you want to pick it, it's almost like a hybrid of 2 styles or 2 splits. You have a full body split that's split into day 1 full body, day 2 full body with a variety of movements that's not feeling like, you know, wow, I feel super tasked out or fatigued from the previous day workout, but it's still different for you to hit different muscle groups, and you're not feeling like, you know, any sort of residual effect from the previous training day. So I love the fact that one week you have upper lower, and the following week you have a full body, and that is how it's pretty much transitions. So if you want to look at it from an overall macro standpoint, ideally you run like a 6-week block of upper lower, and you run another 6-week block of full body split. Another reason why I like the program is because it actually includes a fit day option in there, and that gives you an opportunity to include any sort of like lower body, you know, that you think you might be needing or lacking. You can use that as a free day. So at the time of recording this video, actually, I mean, yesterday was my fit day, and I went in and I did some shoulders, and I did some arms, and then I did some of my running also. The downside to that is that might get a little harder the closer you get to the end of the program. What I mean by that is because, one, obviously you pushing a little more on the effort side, you using more load, you have accumulated more fatigue towards the end, so you might use that fit day as your, you know, additional rest day just to recover before your next session. But if you're feeling good, you have the option of adding that to kind of just work on your weak body parts. So I love that inclusion in that movement. So overall, I love the movement, and again, the reason why I'm choosing to run that program is because, I mean, I've used some of this program in the past, and I love it. Yes, can I program my own routine? Yes, I can, but at the same time, you're like, no. I ran his previous program that he dropped back in 2019 when I was competing in 2019, and I loved it. And I mean, anybody would know, like, sometimes you just want to take thinking out of it, and you look at the program like, okay, I love this. I think I want to just try something different, something new. And no, but when I say something different, I'm not saying you should, you know, just grab whatever you see and try different movements each day. No, that is something that you definitely want to do, which I would do a video and cover that for you guys in another video, just to tell you the reason, one of the reasons why you don't want to, you know, quote unquote shock your body by doing multiple different movements like every week or every other week. So overall, I love the program. I would definitely highly recommend it. But why exactly am I using this kind of program? And the reason being is because, one, I am trying to run. Like I said in the previous video, I have a challenge coming up this coming week, and I have multiple challenges or running feats that I want to do for 2022. So the reason why I'm using the program, one, is because it's a power style movement. Again, like I said earlier, the rep ranges between like the 6 to 8 repetitions are favorable for how I want to move this year, because, one, I am not accumulating a lot of fatigue, and two, the recovery time, it won't be as bad as me running my typical like hypertrophic, like, you know, block that will, you know, I have repetitions of leg or muscle groups I'm taking through like 8 to 12, sometimes 15 to 20 repetitions. But at the same time, you know, with this program, I can definitely keep my strength, get stronger, still stimulate some sort of growth stimulus by doing this movement. And I gave it advice at the beginning of the video. if you are the type of person that you are on the cut, running a strength program might actually not be a bad idea, just because it allows you, it gives you the opportunity to recover. Because one of the challenges most people typically encounter when it comes to fat loss is you think you have to all the time just go hard and go hard and go hard. But what you're not thinking of is, one, you already have a decent amount of fatigue from just being in a caloric deficit, but at the same time you don't want to add too much fatigue by just inducing some sort of physiological fatigue from training. So you want to minimize that as much as you can, but at the same time you want to keep yourself within the range of that growth stimulus by minimizing the overall fatigue. So that is one of the reasons why I'm jumping on the program, or I jumped on the program because I'm on week 3. Actually, I'm starting week 4 tomorrow. And again, so far I've been loving it. That is my current program stack. If you want to have a little more in-depth on idea, I would definitely put a link in the description for you to check it out yourself. Hopefully you guys enjoy the little breakdown here, and this is what I'm going to be running for the next 12 weeks. And again, I'm loving the program. I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. I'm going to run it through the end. And while we keep bringing you different feats and different things that we are trying to accomplish this year, which is going to be a lot. And yeah, hopefully guys, it's very informative. Again, I get a lot of questions about, bro, what kind of splits are you running, or this and that kind of training program you're running. This is what I am running right now, that's allowing me to want to train hard to maintain some of my lean tissue mass, or at least grow some of my lean tissue mass, which is kind of hard to do in a caloric deficit to begin with, but at least it's giving me an opportunity to grow something or maintain what I have. That's the video for you guys. If you guys enjoyed that video, if you do, give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share with your friends that might need some insight on how to train properly. And now I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.